nude photos. In a post tonight, a personal post on a blog, he says, "Of course I don't want personal photos published, but I also don't want to participate in their well-known practice of blackmail." We've reached out to the leaders of the National Enquirer, those who he's alleging are behind this plot. They've yet to respond.
ABC's chief business correspondent Rebecca Jarvis. Senators tell ABC News that the 17-member committee working out a border security deal to avoid another government shutdown in 8 days is closer to a deal. President Trump says he wants to find a solution.
But I certainly hear that they're working on something, and both sides are moving along. We'll see what happens. We need border security. We have to have it. It's not an option.
Democratic Senator John Tester of Montana says negotiators could reach a deal as soon as tomorrow. Congressional Democrats have unveiled a sweeping proposal to overhaul the U.S. economy in the name of fighting climate change.
Democratic Congresswoman Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez wants to eliminate fossil fuel and guarantee health care. She says her Green New Deal could help put her party over the top in 2020.
I don't think that we lose elections by addressing climate change.
That bill has more chance in the Democratically controlled House and the Senate, where the Republican majority has rejected moves to address climate change. Andy Field, ABC News, Washington.
The number of measles cases in Washington state has increased to 51, with another 13 cases suspected. Police in Dorset, England, confirmed that the body recovered from a plane in the English Channel is that of Argentine soccer player Emiliano Sala. This is ABC News.
It's time to join the millions of people using Zoom video conferencing. Turn any size conference room, huddle room, or executive office into a Zoom room with flawless HD video, crystal clear audio, and instant wireless sharing. It'll even work with your existing hardware. Start your meetings with a single touch or use Zoom's new voice command feature. Hey Zoom, start meeting. Huddle happy. Visit zoom.us to set up your free Zoom room trial today. That's zoom.us. Zoom video conferencing.
Do you owe the IRS more than $10,000 in personal or business taxes and you can't afford to pay? You have the right to tax representation. Has the IRS threatened to shut down your business, freeze your bank accounts, take your home, your cars, or garnish your wages? You may qualify for special programs to stop this process. Get tax representation. Call the Tax Help Hotline at 800-556-7089. That's 800-556-7089. Within 24 hours, the threats will stop. Just call 800-556-7089.
A new AAA study finds that cold temperatures can suck power from electric car batteries, reducing their range by more than 40% when inside heaters are used. Ford is making a major investment in Chicago.
Ford President of Global Operations Joe Hinrichs announcing at the 2019 Chicago Auto Show Thursday.
We are proud to announce that Ford's investing $1 billion to upgrade our 2 Chicago plants.
Those plants will produce the all-new lines of Ford Explorer, Police Interceptor Utility, and Lincoln Navigator. Chicago Mayor Rahm Emanuel says the move will bring 500 additional jobs.
It may be built Ford tough, but I can say with absolute confidence it is Chicago tough as well.
More than 5,000 workers are currently employed at Chicago's assembly plant and stamping plant. Ryan Burrow, ABC News, Chicago.
No formal vote was taken, but a majority of Dallas City Council members say the Confederate monument across the street from City Hall should be taken down. Now the council will debate what to do with it next. Juju Chang, ABC News.
It's time, 7:04, 7:04. Good evening, I'm Sam White in the KOFO newsroom. Cancellations, postponements are brought to you by CarStar. Severe weather can wreak havoc on your vehicle. When it does, call CarStar in Ottawa at 242-8916. CarStar, relax, they'll take it from here. Some cancellations for schools tomorrow. Ottawa 290, Wellsville 289, West Franklin 287, Central Heights 288, Baldwin 348, Paola 368, Osawatomie 367, Lewisburg 416, Spring Hill 230, Anderson County 365, Crest 479. Neosho County Community College is also having no day or evening classes. They're closed tonight as well, and the Ottawa campus and Ottawa University is as well. Baker University in Baldwin, their campus and offices are closed. The Overland Park offices are closed, but online classes will happen. And for Baker School of Nursing in Topeka, check Baker's anatomy and follow procedures. Regular closings, 2650 Idaho Road and 1100 Kentucky Road are both closed. DWF Women's Group of First Christian Church and recycling in Paola has been delayed until tomorrow. VFW Bingo in Ottawa. In Ottawa, a woman has shamed herself on Twitter, and City of Ottawa officials have responded. Corey Horton tweeted her complaints about snow removal to the city. One problem, though, Canadian television's Trisha Owens explains.
Twitter identity has an Ottawa woman laughing at herself. Corey Horton tweeted, "Shame on you," to the city of Ottawa, saying school drop-off zones are piled high with snow. Unfortunately, the city of Ottawa she tweeted at, Ottawa, Kansas. The American city responded, saying it feels the shame, but she might want to tweet at Ottawa City so it can feel the power of her shaming abilities. Horton responded with an LOL, "We're not in Kansas, Toto," before jokingly referring to herself as the Wicked Witch of the North.
Sounds like something the two cities can use to promote each other on each other's social media page. Your exclusive KOFO Weather Center forecast tonight: chilly Burr with a low of just 1, wind chill between 1 below and 11 below. Tomorrow, sunny, the high of 23, wind chill between 10 below and 0 to end your work week. Tomorrow night, clear with a low of just 8, wind chill between 2 below and 3 above. Here at KOFO, I'm Sam White, KOFO News.
Stay tuned for the following special presentation from KOFO 1220 and 103.7 FM. KOFO, your sports source for East Central Kansas, welcomes you to this edition of Hoop Talk, live from the KOFO studios at Pizza Time in downtown Ottawa. Hoop Talk is our weekly chat with Ottawa University head basketball coaches Aaron Siebenthal and Bruce Tate, and it's brought to you by Ottawa Family Physicians, Pizza Time, Ottawa University, and State Farm agent Keith King. You're invited to join us during the show for food and drink specials and your chance to win a free large pizza from Pizza Time. Now, let's join your host for KOFO's Hoop Talk, Bob Johnson.
Welcome into the Pizza Time Hoop Talk show here on 1220 and 103.7 FM KOFO. I am Bob Johnson, the host here tonight for the Pizza Time Hoop Talk show. It's a frosty, frigid night here in East Central Kansas, but we'll try to warm it up with a little bit of Ottawa University Braves basketball and braving the weather and possibly lack of sleep as head coach Aaron Siebenthal, who is joining us here after a wild road trip to, from, and then you throw in the middle in the sandwich part a performance that you probably would like to have back.
Yeah, it's it's a long road trip, and the roads and the weather weren't real cooperative, but we played well in some stretches up there, but obviously not well enough to get the win, and we got to find a way to keep some people below 80 or 85 points once in a while. We have a chance to win.
Well, first of all, I want to say thank you for coming in, because with coming in so late from the road trip, and then with the way the weather is, so I want to say thank you for joining us here tonight. And it's kind of been the same thing that we've talked about the last few weeks. It's a defensive type struggle right now for this team, and even though they had their struggles, could you see maybe some signs of positive where things are maybe going to turn around defensively?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, first of all, York is a very talented team. I mean, I think they have 8 or 9 wins now in conference, but which isn't real indicative of their talent. But it's a really good basketball team. Super athletic. They've struggled to shoot the ball, and they shot it better last night. But we played well. I mean, I think we had a lead at half, and we had a lead in the second half. It was a competitive game. They were just able to make more shots and more plays. We're just I think we're in our own head right now defensively. We're just expecting people to make shots. We're expecting bad things to happen to us on the defensive end, and we need to get over that, man. We just need to move on and play hard. I mean, we're playing hard, but we get a stop and we don't get a board, or we get a stop and we get an immediate turnover on trying to play too fast. So, we just need a little bit of good stuff to happen to us on the defensive end, and I think it can turn around really fast. So, I'm not ready to just play zone or anything like that. We're going to be who we are, and hopefully that'll be good enough to make a run in the postseason.
Wow, I need to switch the filters before the show. Apologize for that. you bring that up that it maybe being in their that they're in their own head and expecting bad things, and I mean it's kind of like psychology 101, self-fulfilling prophecies. At what point what would need to happen for them to kind of break that mental cycle?
We probably need about a 3 possession stretch where we play perfect defense. I don't think we need anything else. Just 3 possessions. We call it a kill, where we get 3 straight possession or 3 straight stops on 3 straight possessions. We can get a kill or 2 put together, we'll be fine. I mean, it's really all it's going to take. So, you know, we have been a little unlucky. I mean, we've had some really good possessions, and we forced the other team to shoot an air ball, and of course, it's really hard to rebound an air ball. So, you know, I don't think it's going to take a lot. We're not going to, like I said, we're not going to change a lot of things. We're going to keep playing the same guys, and we're going to keep with the same defensive philosophy, because we've been a good defensive team at times. We just have to be a defensive team that's focused for more close to 40 minutes.
Well, and you brought up the talent that York has on that team. It was one of the things with the broadcast, listening to the broadcast last night, that Casey Weeder had brought up was, when you take a look at the amount of talent that York has, you're surprised with that they only have 8 or 9 wins in conference. You take a look here at stat-wise, and it really did come down to it just needing to make a play here or there for the team, and it's just so close. You can feel it.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we gave up 31 points in the paint in the first half, and that wasn't them posting us up. That was them just getting to the rim and laying the ball up, and whether it's in transition or in the half court. And our defense is just not designed to allow that to happen if we're playing our defense correctly. So we fixed that. I think they only ended up with 12 points in the paint in the second half, but they made some more perimeter shots. So we got to play the percentages a little bit more and make teams just rain a whole bunch of threes on us and kind of play that way. So, yeah, there's definitely some good stuff. We were getting our tails kicked on the boards too, and we ended up winning, I think tying them on the board. So really, I mean, the stats that stood out to us were turnovers. I think we had 22 turnovers, and so that's kind of been a common theme for us lately too. Is we're just unforced errors, just in giving the other team. I think they had 4 or 5 more possessions than we do, and it's going to be, if you're not guarding, you can't give a team 4 or 5 more possessions and expect to win, especially on the road.
With the turnover issue, is that just more of them trying to force themselves to make a play and just causing a mental error?
I don't know. You know, I want our guys to play fast. I'm not a kind of coach that pulls guys out for one mistake here or there. I'm not going to say, hey, turn it over, you're coming out. I don't want our guys to be locked up that way. But, I mean, it's the point, especially with our point guards. Our point guards got to be better, and they know that. You know, our point guards, they have to be better. They've got to get us. And a lot of times there's turnovers that are credited to other guys that are our point guard's fault, because maybe we're not running the set the right way, or people aren't in the right spots, and that's on our point guard. And all of our point guards know, if you play for me, I'm gonna be really hard on you and expect a lot of you. So, you know, Jackson Mallory and Daryl Bowie, they're both capable guys, and they respond well to that coaching, but they've got to be better. And so it kind of starts with those guys setting the tone as leaders and taking better care of the ball.
Just run the Princeton 4 corners offense and let it go at that.
Yeah, the problem is they have this thing on top of the backboard called a shot clock. So.
Well, you throw that out there. That is true. You have to worry about that. But so with that being said, it was a tough loss. You go back on the road coming up on Saturday, but before that one, you guys picked up a nice win against Bethel, 81-71 last weekend. Darn it. And it was senior day in that, but you guys really did a good job in that game, and a game that was close earlier in the year. You guys won by 11 this time.
Yeah, no, Bethel's a good team. It was a good win. I think, you know, I think our defense was definitely better that game. It wasn't perfect by any means. What hurt us that game was, again, we gave up more offensive rebounds in that game than we did defensive rebounds, and we had a lot of turnovers. So those are, again, things we got to keep trying to clean up, and we'll show the guys on film, and they just got to make simple plays, got to make easy plays. We don't have to make, you know, special plays. We're gonna turn it over some, trying to play as fast as we want to play, and that's why I don't yank guys out. But we've got to do a better job of just, hey, the easy play is the right play, you know, until we can really kind of get this thing turned around a little bit.
Well, and that I think that's a big key right there is trying to take what's there instead of maybe expecting something bigger, better, going with what you're being given.
Yeah, and you know, a lot of times we're getting turnovers because one, we're trying to play fast, but we throw the ball inside a lot, and so teams know that. So our guys on the perimeter need to make sure that they're a threat to shoot as well as pass. I think a lot of times we just put the ball on top of our head and we're staring at Taz and Zay and Mason inside rather than being a threat, and so teams are backing off and stealing our entry pass. So we'll show that to the guys on film, but I mean, this point in the season, you know, we're not gonna change a lot. We are who we are. We just need to be a little bit better.
And now, with that being said, well, we'll back up here just a second. With that, was there anything that surprised you in the second go around with Bethel that maybe you weren't expecting?
No, they did have a senior that just got eligible. Who that was his first game back, so we kind of heard maybe he was coming back, and wasn't a huge factor in the game other than he's a big body and another big body for them. So as much as we throw the ball inside and try and get people in foul trouble, I think that was a little bit of a factor. So I guess that would be the only thing surprising. I mean, Bethel, it's a good quality team. They got some young guys they got two freshmen that are really good, and one will be freshman of the year. He's leading the league in rebounding and steals as a freshman, and he's a good player. So they've got a nice team, and Coach Artaz has done a good job. So not surprised at how hard they play and the things that they're doing.
Let's take our first break of the evening right here. When we come back, we're going to talk about Saturday's game coming up. And then coming up on the 13th, the number one team in the nation will visit Ottawa University. So a couple of big games coming up here as the push for the playoffs is in full stretch here. But we'll take our first break of the evening. You're listening to the Pizza Time Hoop Talk Show here on 1220 and 103.7 FM KOFO.
2019 is going to be an exciting year, and Pizza Time has made a resolution to continue serving Ottawa as we have since 1985. This is Arlie, and I encourage you to come in and see me at 208 South Main for our award-winning pizza and lunch buffet, open every day from 11 to 10 p.m. We are proud members of our hometown community in historic downtown Ottawa, or call 785-242-TIME to place a delivery order. Don't forget to add us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Have a wonderful new year, and thank you for choosing Pizza Time.
What it means to be, you brave is to be yourself. What I've learned here is I've created memories with friends, and I was actually really comfortable being in my own skin here. Everybody has their own personality, and we're all unique here, just trying to live significant lives. And I think I'm going to leave here with an imprint that will last forever and that I can hold on to and look back at and laugh at and see that I not only learned something, but I created friendships and memories that will always stick with me. That's what it means to be brave. To be yourself.
Be a brave. Visit ottawa.edu.
If being healthy is a resolution for you in the new year, see your doctor before exercise and diet plans are implemented. Ottawa Family Physicians advise if it's been a while since you last exercised and dieted or have conditions you're being treated for like asthma, diabetes, arthritis, or other concerns, it's best to consult with your family physician about the best plan for you. Start healthy in the new year. Schedule an appointment today at Ottawa Family Physicians. Call 242-1620.
Guys, this Valentine's Day, you can order like a pro with gorgeous roses from Pro Flowers, guaranteed to stay fresh and beautiful for at least 7 days. Get her a stunning bouquet of 12 assorted roses with a free glass vase for $24.99 plus shipping and handling. Plus, pick a delivery date and it's guaranteed. You'll be a Valentine's Day pro. Hurry, offer ends soon. The only way to get this incredible deal is to go to proflowers.com, click the blue microphone in the upper right corner, and enter secret code 2828. That's proflowers.com, code 2828.
I don't mean to be so uptight, but my heart's been hurt a couple times by a couple guys that didn't treat me right. I ain't gonna lie.
Alexa, play
A voice is all you need. Get access to over 50 million songs. Download the Amazon Music app today.
This is John Greenhut, and if your teeth are stained from coffee, tea, or smoking, Power Swabs is the answer. In 5 minutes, you'll see 2 shades whiter teeth, and in 7 days, 6 shades. Even better, there's no messy strips or trays that you'll have to leave in your mouth for an hour. Just swab your teeth for 5 minutes, and you're done. To try Power Swabs, call 1-800-679-0969. Your bright white smile will have your friends talking about how great you look. Try it risk-free. 1-800-679-0969. That's 1-800-679-0969.
Cancellations and postponements is brought to you by CarStar. Severe weather can wreak havoc on your vehicle. When it does, call CarStar in Ottawa at 242-8916. Cancellations for Friday: Ottawa 290, Wellsville 289, West Franklin 287, Central Heights 288, Baldwin 348, Paola 368, Ozawanami 367, Lewisburg 416, Spring Hill 230, Anderson County 365, Crest 479. For the complete list of closings, visit our website at KOFO.com.
Welcome back here to the Pizza Time Hoop Talk Show on 1220 and 103.7 FM KOFO. Also on KOFO.com. You do have part of your Stephen Fall fan club here tonight.
My entourage, yep.
Yeah.
Got a couple of them here.
What's it like rolling with an entourage?
I don't know. Probably the same thing as like having more than 4 or 5 kids at once. I don't know. So.
Wow, I'll admit I'm not cool enough to have an entourage.
I don't know if I'm cool enough to have an entourage. I just think these guys don't have anything else to do because it's not golf season. It's too cold to play golf, so they're going to come watch some basketball.
Well, you know, I guess modesty is one of your top qualities here. Let's be honest.
Yeah, it's hard to agree with. I'm pretty modest.
Pretty modest kind of guy.
Yeah.
So, speaking of modesty, play again on Saturday on the road at McPherson. They changed the game times as far as that goes, so it'll be 5 and 7 instead of the usual 3 and 5 on Saturday. Does that change anything as you get ready?
We just get on the bus 2 hours later.
Nothing for you?
It probably is going to help. I mean, if anything, it might help us. It's just a couple more hours of rest after the world's longest bus ride last night. So it doesn't do anything. It doesn't matter to us. We'll get on the bus and go play whenever they tell us to. So we never use any of that stuff as an excuse or a problem. So the games are actually supposed to be on 5 and 7 on Saturdays. So we just are lucky enough that we can change most of them to 3 and 5. So we'll go play whenever they need us to, and hopefully we'll make sure our defense gets on the bus this time and see what we can get done.
Right now, Ottawa University sits in the 5th seed in the conference tournament. You have 3 games left. It's a 2-game difference between Kansas Wesleyan and Ottawa. So you've got to run the table, including trying to get a victory over the number 1 team in the nation right now, Oklahoma Wesleyan, next week, and hope that Kansas Wesleyan trips up. Is there? I mean, it can be done, but it's going to be a tough one to pull off here.
Yeah, that would all be great, but I mean, that's not our focus at all. Our focus is beating McPherson and just trying to play our best basketball by the time the first round of the conference tournament goes. Kansas Wesleyan really has a 3-game lead on us because they beat us both times, so they would have the head-to-head tiebreaker. So we're really looking probably at that 5th, trying to stay in that 5th place slot. I think that's probably the most realistic outcome. And so, we want to make sure we can go beat McPherson, and we'll worry about Oklahoma Wesleyan after that. So, 3-game winning streak, that would be great. I'd rather go on a 3-game winning streak in the conference tournament time and worry about that then. So, we're going to have all of our interest in McPherson, and all of our focus is going to be on winning that game, and then we'll take Sunday off and worry about the Eagles on Monday.
The first meeting with McPherson, it was a high-scoring affair. You guys were able to pull out the 93-84 victory at Wilson Fieldhouse. Would you expect pretty much the same thing here, another high-scoring game?
I mean, we're involved, so probably. We want to play high-scoring games. We just want to keep the other team to in the low 80s if possible, not in the mid 90s. So we're gonna get up and down. We're gonna throw it inside. As has been the case most of the year, scoring probably won't be an issue for us. We just got to figure out a way to slow somebody else down. So they've kind of struggled lately, and I haven't really looked that well, but I think they're probably mathematically eliminated from the tournament. So, which is always a scary thing when you got a team that's kind of playing for pride with not a lot of pressure. They just kind of can play loose and let it fly, and so those teams are definitely dangerous. So we'll show up and see what we got against McPherson. But Coach Schwartzendruber's a really good coach. He's played in the Final Four, and he's a competitor, so he's going to have his guys ready to play for sure.
Yeah, they're pretty much. It'd take a miracle. Let's just put it at that right now for them to make it in. But you do bring up the whole fact that with nothing to play for, they can just go out there loose and cause trouble, and that is definitely a big concern for this game on Saturday. Do you talk to your team about anything? Hey, they got nothing to play for. They're going to come out here loose to kind of prep them for anything like that?
We just kind of talk more in generalities about respecting our opponents, the fact that we haven't been good defensively, especially on the road. So we just kind of talk about more in general terms. We're really to the point where, a lot of times you worry about yourself more at the beginning of the year and kind of game plan and focus on the opponents more at the end of the year. We're kind of the opposite right now. We're really focusing on ourselves, and again, I want to win these next 3 games, but I want to be playing our best basketball come that first game of the conference tournament. So that's really what we're focused on is can we get a little bit better every day, and can we continue to improve in the next 2 weeks? And like I said, I think if we can do that, I don't think anybody probably would be really excited to get Ottawa drawn in the first round of the tournament. So we'll see what we got.
I would agree with that. I felt like all year long that this was a dark horse candidate for the conference at Ottawa University, and that's just not me being a homer. But yeah, that's something to get ready for that tournament. And playing a team like McPherson, they've pulled it off before, just sneaking in there and then getting into that championship game.
Yeah, they've like I said, historically they've won the conference lately. They've gone to a Final Four. They got 8th and finished 8th and won the conference tournament. So they're a good team. We just gotta, like I said, focus on us and just get a little bit better. And we got good players. We haven't had a game where everybody's clicked and on all cylinders and on both ends of the floor. And if we do that, we're gonna be really hard to beat. But we haven't done it so far, and we're kind of running out of opportunities to get that going.
Well, and the reason I bring that up is that obviously now trying to solidify that 5th seed in the conference tournament, there's a definite message to give to the players and examples to look at. Hey, just because we don't have a home playoff game, it's not all lost.
No, for sure. Our last championship team, 2008-2009, had to go on the road and win 3 straight games in the conference tournament to go back to nationals and end up in the Sweet 16. So there's lots of examples you can give. But I think for our guys, it's just to focus on, can we get a little bit better tomorrow? Can we get better Saturday in the game? Can we get better on Monday? Whether that's in film, whether that's in player development, whether that's in practice for the games. Everything we do with basketball in the next 2 weeks, we've got to get just a little bit better.
All right, I'm going to remove we have to play better defense portion. We've covered that ad nauseum here. What's the one other thing that Ottawa and let me back let me back up, because I know you and I know what would possibly come out. So let's back up off of the defense and scoring more points.
Okay.
What's the one thing that Ottawa's got to do to come away with a victory on Saturday? Maybe different to do differently from the first game.
Take care of the ball. We gotta not throw it to the other team. Eliminate unforced errors. So if a guy makes a great play or something like that, that kind of stuff's going to happen. I don't expect us to not have any turnovers, but we can't have 22 in the 20s. We got to have 8-9 turnovers. So we need to cut our turnovers in half. We have good assist numbers. The problem is we're just even with our turnovers. So they're canceling each other out. So we got to take better care of the ball for sure.
It's just dawned on me, Coach.
No.
We've got probably one more show.
Okay.
Next week, because the conference tournament is the following week, and the men play on a Wednesday, the women play on a Thursday. So I don't know that we're going to be able to do 2 more. So 1 more is likely. I know it brings a tear to your eye.
Yes, tears of joy.
Tears of joy, and Well, I'll miss you, but we have one more week.
Great.
I know, you're thrilled. Well, good luck with your game on Saturday.
Appreciate it.
I will plan to be there with the game against Oklahoma Wesleyan to broadcast with Casey. You will get that hug.
Yeah. Before we go, just want to talk about Isaiah Palmer just real quick, if we can.
Yes.
So Isaiah's 9 points away from scoring 1,000 points, which is a pretty cool milestone for him and for our team and our program. And hopefully he'll get it on Saturday, and we can maybe use that as a little momentum and motivation. Have a little ceremony for him. His parents will be here on Wednesday. They couldn't make it to senior night, so hopefully he'll get that. And it's obviously we don't talk a lot about individual accomplishments, but to score 1,000 points in 2 years is really indicative of how much he's meant to this program and what he's been able to do for us. And hopefully we can ride that into the national tournament.
All right, Coach. Thanks for joining us. We appreciate it. And we'll take a break. When we come back, we're going to talk Lady Braves basketball here with head coach Bruce Tate. But first, a break. You're listening to the Pizza Time Hoop Talk Show on 1220 and 103.7 KOFO.
If being healthy is a resolution for you in the new year, see your doctor before exercise and diet plans are implemented. Ottawa Family Physicians advise if it's been a while since you last exercised and dieted or have conditions you're being treated for like asthma, diabetes, arthritis, or other concerns, it's best to consult with your family physician about the best plan for you. Start healthy in the new year. Schedule an appointment today at Ottawa Family Physicians. Call 242-1620.
Who doesn't love being number one? When your team's dominating the standings, or your favorite band rocks the charts at number one, it feels good, right? Kind of like how it feels when you have auto insurance with State Farm. Because making you feel like number one is an honor your local State Farm agent takes seriously. Through the good times and not so good, your State Farm agent's proud to be here to help life go right.
This is State Farm agent Keith King in Ottawa. Call me today at 785-242-9435.
2019 is going to be an exciting year, and Pizza Time has made a resolution to continue serving Ottawa as we have since 1985. This is Arlie, and I encourage you to come in and see me at 208 South Main for our award-winning pizza and lunch buffet, open every day from 11 to 10 p.m. We are proud members of our hometown community in historic downtown Ottawa, or call 785-242-TIME to place a delivery order. Don't forget to add us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Have a wonderful new year, and thank you for choosing Pizza Time.
I came here to run cross country and it ended up being way different than I thought it was going to be. It's unlike anything I've ever been a part of to be on the team. Everyone is so completely different. There are people you never thought you'd be friends with, nothing like your outside friends, but somehow you all click to be the same and have the same interests but yet completely different. Everyone's always there for you. It's not just about running. Friendships and families like they're your siblings when you're away from home. That's what it means to be a part of the Braves cross country and track team. To be a family.
Be a Brave. Visit ottawa.edu.
Lowe's knows you'll do it right. And do it yourself to save on what you need to make updates to your bathroom. We do it right too, by offering up to 35% off select bath faucets during our Refresh for Less kitchen and bath event. So you stay within budget. Finish off your bath refresh with a new coat of paint and save on Purdy White Dove 3-pack rollers, now just $8.99. For your next project, do it right for less. Start with Lowe's. Offers valid through 2/13. Exclusions apply. U.S. only.
This is John Greenhut, and if your teeth are stained from coffee, tea, or smoking, Power Swabs is the answer. In 5 minutes, you'll see 2 shades whiter teeth, and in 7 days, 6 shades. Even better, there's no messy strips or trays that you'll have to leave in your mouth for an hour. Just swab your teeth for 5 minutes, and you're done. To try Power Swabs, call 1-800-679-0969. Your bright white smile will have your friends talking about how great you look. Try it risk-free. 1-800-679-0969. That's 1-800-679-0969.
Indeed knows finding the right hire takes time away from your business.
Hiring a qualified data engineer felt like a second job.
More job seekers use Indeed than any other site, so there's no better place to find someone with the skills you're looking for.
I needed someone with a master's in computer science and database experience.
Plus, Indeed screener questions help you find your shortlist fast.
Now I'm back to having just one job.
Get a $50 credit to give your first job posting premium placement at Indeed.com/credit. Terms, conditions, quality standards, and usage limits apply. Additional terms online.
Guys, this Valentine's Day, you can order like a pro with gorgeous roses from Pro Flowers, guaranteed to stay fresh and beautiful beautiful for at least 7 days. Get her a stunning bouquet of 1 dozen assorted roses with a free glass vase for $24.99 plus shipping and handling. Plus, pick a delivery date and it's guaranteed. You'll be a Valentine's Day pro. Hurry, offer ends soon. The only way to get this incredible deal is to go to proflowers.com, click the blue microphone in the upper right corner, and enter secret code 2828. That's proflowers.com, code 2828.
Cancellations and postponements is brought to you by CarStar. Severe weather can wreak havoc on your vehicle. When it does, call CarStar in Ottawa at 242-8916. Cancellations for Friday: Ottawa 290, Wellsville 289, West Franklin 287, Central Heights 288, Baldwin 348, Paola 368, Osawatomie 367, Lewisburg 416, Spring Hill 230, Anderson County 365, Crest 479. For the complete list of closings, visit our website at KOFO.com.
We're back on the mothership here at Pizza Time for the Pizza Time Hoop Talk Show. Sitting in the window, looking at Main Street. See the theater across the street. Coach Tate is joining us here as we get ready to talk Lady Braves hoops. I kind of feel like a circus show here, sitting in the window. I don't know. Sometimes I feel weird with people driving by or walking by looking at me.
Yeah. Prime Seamage. Prime.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, it's cool, but I don't know. I'm weird like that, I guess. But
just roll with it.
Yeah, pretty much. Just wave. See if you can make somebody laugh that's walking by.
Yep, that too.
And then also try to do a radio show at the same time. It's and I've been trying for years.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, it was kind of the same story in the sense with a long old bus ride yesterday to and from, and I've never had to make that trip yet. And I'm going to try to keep it that way, I think. But it was well worth the trip. The ladies came away with a big win.
Yeah, it was a great trip. It is very long, and something always just happens. So this year it happened to be the snow, and we survived. God was good, and bus driver was awesome, and we got back at 3 o'clock this morning, and here we are today.
And, of course, the ladies didn't have to worry about classes, which was a blessing in disguise as far as that goes, too.
Yeah, absolutely. As they were getting off the bus, I mean, we got the text alert, last night, or basically this morning, pulling into town that campus was closed, and I reminded them as they were walking off the bus, no classes and no weights. We were taking practice off anyway, but they were super excited that they had the opportunity to sleep in, and Coach Tate slept in too as well. So I was right there with them.
That's a nice feeling.
Yeah, most of the time I'm getting up and working, and I did. I got up and cooked some breakfast and start working on Max Scout and getting ready for Saturday's game.
I think I've reached that point in my life where sleeping in has become a hobby.
One of these days, I'll get there. One of these days, I'll get there.
Well, you're a lot busier than I am.
I'll stay busy. I do stay busy.
You're being a coach that's a full-time 24/7 type deal.
That, and then put associate AD on top of that.
Oh,
Never a dull moment.
Yeah, I was going to say, then you throw that in there.
Yeah.
You're pretty busy as far as that goes.
Yep.
So when things like this happen, how does, for you as a basketball coach and then the associate AD, things change, things become kind of hectic for you then?
Just with making sure teams, with travel arrangements, we had women's wrestling going out this morning to nationals, and they had to get to the airport, type thing, and just making sure they get there safely. And then just, with the cancellations and changing of things, women's lacrosse, moving their game from tomorrow to Saturday, baseball, supposed to be on the road, softball supposed to be on the road, just communicating with the coaches, letting them know that, hang out for today, enjoy your snow day, and of course, when no class is going on, they want to get in there and practice, and the kids are here, and we get that, but there's certain policies we have to follow, and our campus just was not safe today for anyone to be out there. As long as we freed up the food service area, that's all we needed to do. So,
man, that's the key part right there. And really, it was a nice day to sit back and reflect because the ladies really played well. And the one thing that I took away from this game, instead of the ladies having that one quarter of play where things just kind of fall apart, they exploded in the second period of play, outscoring York 24-10, and then they went into the third period and outscored them by 12 there. So it was kind of a change.
Yeah, absolutely. I was really impressed with her third quarter. Out of all those quarters, you wanted to get off to a good start. We wanted to finish the half extremely well. But going into the game, I challenged this group in this game to hold this team to 49 points was our ultimate goal. And at halftime, we were on that pace. So I said, hey, keep your eyes on the prize. And defensively, we wanted to keep them under 49. At one point, I was like, we could probably keep them under 45. So that was what our goal was after that.
Jordan Akbar with a great performance last night, but then also her partner in crime down low, Mariah Grizzle, had a great night. She ended up with 16 points in the game. So the two bigs had a big presence last night.
Yeah, absolutely. A lot of our scoring and rebounding does go through them, and they just caught fire. I mean, it was a fun sight to see them shoot it extremely well, especially Jordan. She's been struggling from that three-point line, and Casey was surprised that she hit that many in one game, and throughout the season she gets good looks. But like I was telling him is, we just was been really working on her footwork and making sure, she gets her feet set and not hop into her shot to take away from some of her explosiveness. So very good to see those two kids play for their first time, going to York and responding to that road trip. That's always fun to see.
The other thing that stood out was a much better performance at the free throw line for the ladies, almost 73%. Ladies had been struggling over the last few games from the free throw line, so it was good to see them pick up there.
Yeah, absolutely. Jordan has been struggling definitely from the free throw line, so with her making shots from the outside, didn't get to the line too many times, and she did knock down a few. There was a few that, with Maddie and Jennifer and those kids getting to the line, and even Caitlin missed a few free throws, and that's weird, with those kids, but our goal was to attack the free throw line quite a bit. York does struggle with fouls per game, and we knew that we could take an advantage there too going into that game.
What was the atmosphere like there at York? And I mean, I don't know if the weather was rough up there or how that was there much of an atmosphere? And with that being said, did you guys take advantage of that?
Yeah, it was cold. A lot colder there than it was here. They had snow, coming in, and the student section, there were some students there. I think, not much was going on campus due to the weather, and so overall, it wasn't too bad. We had a few of our family members there that made the trip and things of that nature. So, not something I talked about. Just okay, let's come in, take care of business, get back on the bus and get home. So we had to create our own energy, and I thought we did that there in that first quarter.
Well, and that kudos to the team for that because, as I mentioned, I've never been on that trip before, but I've been on plenty of them to Sterling, to Kansas Wesleyan, Southwestern, and some of those long bus rides. It's hard when you get off that bus to get anything going energy-wise. So kudos to them.
Yep. Absolutely, and we got there about 15 minutes late, so we were a little out of routine, but they got moving fairly quick, and like I said, hopefully they had a decent warm-up. I'm not out there during the warm-ups, but we usually gauge things on how the warm-up goes, and rough start a little bit. We're a little flat, but once some kids start making some play, the energy level definitely increased.
Well, that was a big win for the ladies. That stretch of games really going through it the second time, the ladies had ended up, they had lost 5 in a row before the win against Bethel and the win against York. You've got 2 in a row now, and now we try to finish out strong here with 3 games remaining. So What we'll do here, let's go ahead and take our last break, and we'll come back and talk to Coach about that. There's a cliffhanger for you. We'll talk a little bit about the final 3 games coming up, plus the standings. Ladies right now kind of looking on the outside looking in, but opportunities abound for them to get into that tournament. But first, a break. You're listening to the Pizza Time Hoop Talk Show on 1220 and 103.7 FM KOFO and KOFO.com.
What it means to be an OU Brave is to be yourself. What I've learned here is I've created memories with friends, and I was actually really comfortable being in my own skin here. Everybody has their own personality, and we're all unique here, just trying to live significant lives. And I think I'm going to leave here with an imprint that will last forever and that I can hold on to and look back at and laugh at and see that I not only learned something, but I created friendships and memories that will always stick with me. That's what it means to be brave, to be yourself.
Be a brave. Visit ottawa.edu.
2019 is going to be an exciting year, and Pizza Time has made a resolution to continue serving Ottawa as we have since 1985. This is Arlie, and I encourage you to come in and see me at 208 South Main for our award-winning pizza and lunch buffet, open every day from 11 to 10 p.m. We are proud members of our hometown community in historic downtown Ottawa, or call 785-242-TIME to place a delivery order. Don't forget to add us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Have a wonderful new year, and thank you for choosing Pizza Time.
Let me ask you a question. What do you see when you look at your car? Do you just see taillights? Or your dog's tail wagging when you first brought him home? Do you see 4 tires or 2 tired kids in the back seat after their first day of school? Other insurance companies just see a car, but a State Farm agent sees what your car really means to you. So why not give it the protection it deserves?
This is State Farm Agent Keith King in Ottawa. Call me today at 785-242-9435.
Indeed knows finding the right hire takes time away from your business.
Hiring a qualified data engineer felt like a second job.
More job seekers use Indeed than any other site, so there's no better place to find someone with the skills you're looking for.
I needed someone with a master's in computer science and database experience.
Plus, Indeed screener questions help you find your shortlist fast.
Now I'm back to having just one job.
Get a $50 credit to give your first job posting premium placement at Indeed.com/credit. Terms, conditions, quality standards, and usage limits apply. Additional terms online.
Guys, this Valentine's Day, you can order like a pro with gorgeous roses from Pro Flowers, guaranteed to stay fresh and beautiful for at least 7 days. Get her a stunning bouquet of 1 dozen assorted roses with a free glass vase for $24.99 plus shipping and handling. Plus, pick a delivery date and it's guaranteed. You'll be a Valentine's Day pro. Hurry, offer ends soon. The only way to get this incredible deal is to go to proflowers.com, click the blue microphone in the upper right corner, and enter secret code 2828. That's proflowers.com, code 2828.
Tired of sucking on cough drops all day for your sore throat, but not finding the right relief? That's because cough drops don't numb pain. Yeah, the truth hurts, but you're not a sucker. Try Cepacol. It's different. Just one Cepacol Instamax lozenge has 2 max-strength pain relievers and cools in seconds. It's the numbing relief you need to knock out sore throat fast. Find it at Walmart or your nearest retailer when sore throat strikes, and this time, strike back. Cepacol. Feel the difference.
Cancellations and postponements is brought to you by CarStar. Severe weather can wreak havoc on your vehicle. When it does, call CarStar in Ottawa at 242-8916. Cancellations for Friday: Ottawa 290, Wellsville 289, West Franklin 287, Central Heights 288, Baldwin 348, Paola 368, Osawatomie 367, Lewisburg 416, Spring Hill 230, Anderson County 365, Crest 479. For the complete list of closings, visit our website at KOFO.com.
Final segment of the evening here on the Pizza Time Hoop Talk Show, live from Pizza Time. I'm Bob Johnson as we talk Lady Braves basketball with head coach Bruce Tate and Bethany playing right now. Not a lot of time left in the game. They were up by 3. A loss there would have really helped you guys out as they're the team right now in the 8th seed, but still plenty of time and plenty of opportunity to catch them.
Yeah, Bethany definitely has one of the toughest stretch left. With a couple teams that we're trying to battle here for playoff position, and he's got to take it one game at a time, and they get one, and that just means that we have to take care of business too as well. So you gotta take your hat off to any team that takes care of business. So that's the way it rolls.
Well, and part of that starts on Saturday with the game in McPherson. The ladies will play at 5 o'clock. The Superstands Cleaning Service, Auto University Braves pregame show will be at 4:45 with Casey Weeder behind the mic. And earlier in the year, the ladies won 76-56, but McPherson looking to, even though with nothing really to play for, it's kind of like with the men. You got a team with nothing to play for. That sometimes those are the most dangerous teams.
Yeah, absolutely. They are pretty dangerous. They're a team that will get after you defensively. They're physical. They're scrappy. They can turn you over, and they got some kids that can make some plays and make some shots. So it's always a tough place to play there. And we're really gonna have to bring our A game to get a tough win, and to get a tough win and get a big win on the road.
With that being said, what's going to be the difference between the two teams coming up here in this ball game? Because the ladies had a 20-point victory against the Bulldogs, but things are obviously a bit different than they were 1 month ago.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm currently breaking that film down here now, and we're pretty explosive in that fourth quarter, which I'm just kind of midway through the third quarter right now. So it'd be interesting to see what we're able to accomplish there in that fourth quarter once again, just to break that down and see if I can find some disadvantages, but also some major advantages to enhance on and take into that place on Saturday.
Well, and it's also for the ladies, it's really going to just start again with the bigs down low and trying to work it out from there.
Yeah, absolutely. Mariah did have a big game that game. She also has a big matchup with Brittany Roberts, their lead scorer. So offensively and defensively, it's definitely going to be a challenge for our bigs. But we're just going to go down there and defend. Watching the game film is we haven't defended up to the point where I'm in the film now extremely well, and but that fourth quarter is going to tell the difference what we were able to do, and hopefully we can go down there, defend, rebound, and score.
Of course, the ladies could pick up a victory. Then they get the final home game of the year next Wednesday against Oklahoma Wesleyan, and that is a very winnable ball game. And there is a real strong possibility that the ladies could find themselves with winning 5 in a row by the time the conference tournament would start.
Yeah, absolutely. I did feel that way, going into this stretch. We were hoping to, not go on that 5-game skid and potentially, pull out 1 or 2 of those. But, if we're playing well enough here towards the end of the season, we can, win these 5, finish 12-12, and hopefully that puts us in position to steal a spot there in the playoffs. And we're pretty scary, going into that stretch then for sure.
I would agree with that. I mean, even when you take a look at the games against some of the upper echelon teams, you were really right in there with them, with maybe the exception of Tabor, especially the last game against Tabor. I'm not sure that I'd want to play you guys.
Yeah, absolutely. That Tabor game sticks out, and then the Sterling game at third place are the two that we felt that they did a great job of just taking care of us. Outside of that, K-Dub game here and there, we're fairly close. Sterling here was close. Tabor here was close. We got Bethel twice, with the top 4 teams, and now we get Oklahoma Wesleyan again, and we fell against Friends twice. But yeah, I like, I'm not scared to play against anyone, and on any given night, anything can happen, and I like the chances with our team.
I mean, there is the possibility that you guys could sneak into maybe that 7th seed, but right now 8th seed is probably what conservatively we'll put it that way.
Absolutely, yeah.
But then that would mean a matchup with Tabor, who's 22-3 overall and 19-2 in conference. But do you see a weak spot in a team like Tabor that you guys could take advantage of?
Yeah, absolutely. Outside of that game down their place, we didn't play with a lot of confidence. I just don't know where we were at mentally that game, but we match up extremely well with them. Tabor is one that can play in the 50s and 60s, and that's that's about our pace, right there, and offensively. So, scoring-wise, that's a team that we could truly, truly hang with.
Well, and I know we've talked about this during the season, especially with where the ladies were projected to be and where you guys are right now and record-wise and that it really is an impressive, to me, it's an impressive coaching job on you and your staff's part, but also when you take a look at the players, the ladies really have stepped up this year and have proved to the conference that they were going to be much better than a bottom-feeding team.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we had a bunch of unknowns, going into the season, especially with our freshmen that we were very, very high on, and but they still have to prove themselves. With our returning class, they played a lot of close games, but they've never been in this role of, leadership or being key players, and so we've been able to, grow and develop them as much as we possibly, could throughout the season, and there's still tons of room for growth. But we're just taking it one game at a time, and just trying to just grind them out and just figure out how to win some close ones is going to be key here down the stretch.
Well, it doesn't have to be pretty. That's the important part.
Yeah. There's been some that haven't been pretty, but we got them. We've got them.
Well, and the good thing is weather shouldn't be bad to go down or really to come back on Saturday, so you don't have to worry about that for the trip to McPherson. Plus, it's a whole heck of a lot closer than going to York, Nebraska.
Absolutely. It should be in mid-30s, so, even close to 40 maybe they were projecting, so heat wave compared to what we have right now. So we should be able to get on the road with no problem.
So with the day off today, because of campus close, how much does that change the planning for Saturday's game?
Not much. Yeah, like I said, the only thing that we didn't get to do today is our weights and do some mobility stuff. So tomorrow, we'll get an hour of practice in, get our film session in, and then we'll come back Saturday morning, do our shoot around before we get on the bus and walk through our game plan. So it doesn't affect us too much outside of our girls just being couch potatoes today and watching Netflix, I'm sure. So, yeah.
I wouldn't complain.
It gives their body a chance to recover, and that's always our main focus at this time of the year.
I was going to say that this probably is not an awful day to have because of the weather, because it does give the ladies a chance to rest. I mean, when you take a look, it's 25, 26 ball games. And they're pretty, and there's some stretches with 3 in a week. Probably could have used today.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. And we have the smaller roster, smaller rotation this year. We got some younger kids playing more minutes than they ever played before in their basketball careers. So at a higher pace, more physical. So they're sore. And I tell them in the recruiting process, you're going to be sore for the entire year. So just get used to it.
And by the time you become a junior or senior, you don't even know.
Yeah, you don't even know. You're iced up, and it's just another day. So.
Well, and kudos to the training staff to keep the ladies as healthy. I mean, other than a few things here or there, the team really hasn't had a lot of serious injuries.
Yeah, absolutely. Avery, big injury. Just some few minor things here and there. We got some kids nursing some things, but they haven't missed play or practice, and Emily just coming off that knee bruise, but our training staff does a great job. I do some things intentionally to try to keep them fresh too as well, and hopefully they appreciate that. But it makes a huge difference just from a mental standpoint, and we all know that this game is mostly 90% mental.
And the other 50%, no.
50% of the 10%?
Yeah, exactly. We're going to break it all down here, and by the time we get done, no one's going to know what we're talking about.
Exactly.
That's all right. Well, Coach, good luck with the game on Saturday, and hopefully you guys can squeak in there and get into that final tournament slot.
Absolutely. Looking forward to it. Definitely looking forward to it.
That's going to wrap it up for us here tonight from Pizza Time. A reminder, Saturday the games are at 5 and 7. The ladies at 5, the men at 7. Superstand's cleaning service. Ottawa University Braves pregame show is at 4:45 for the ladies, and then at 6:45 for the men. That's going to do it for Larson Johnson back at the station. I'm Bob Johnson. Thanks for listening to the Pizza Time.
Information and entertainment in East Central Kansas. KOFO K279CS Ottawa, where keeping you informed comes first.
Here's the latest from ABC News. I'm Michelle Franzen. One of the richest men in the world accusing a tabloid of extortion, and he publishes emails to prove it.
In a blog post, Jeff Bezos claims the owner of the National Enquirer, AMI, tried to extort and blackmail him. Bezos releasing emails from AMI